from Sky.
Hello, Mikel.
Hello.
Sorry to be predictable, but get a bit of team news if we can to start with. Martin, Odegaard, available?
Hopefully, yes. We have another training session today, but he's been progressing well, and hopefully he will be available.
So he picked up a concussion, is that right?
Yeah.
Against Newcastle. So you've just been following protocols.
Yes, because we didn't know obviously how many days depends on certain things, and at the end he got more delayed than we wanted, but we have to protect the player.
Gabriel Jesus played for Brazil.
Yeah.
Obviously he wasn't ready for the Burnley game, but is now available.
Well, he's available. He played 96, 97 minutes in a really competitive match. So, we have, as I said, another session. They had a long flight, and I have to see the condition of every single player to make the final call on the lineup.
And with Ben White, he trained away from the others yesterday in the gym. What about him?
Again, hopefully if he is able to train today, he will be eligible to play, but it's a question mark to be resolved in the next few hours.
So they're all racing to be in contention?
Again, yes.
We do know, I guess we can assume that Aaron Ramsdale will start in goal.
Yeah.
How is he around the place when he knows for sure that he's going to be starting a Premier League game? Do you see a difference in his mood?
No, I think every player is willing to play, obviously, and they are all excited to play. And when I play, I think they are always expecting to play. And sometimes we disappoint the day before or a few hours before the match, but every player is willing to play.
If he has an amazing game, saved a couple of penalties, is involved in an assist, he's still probably not going to play on Wednesday, though, right?
Hopefully he doesn't need to stop 2 penalties, and he does have an amazing game.
And just quickly, before we move on, Jurriën Timber obviously had a terrible start and a dream move to Arsenal. How is he has he managed to integrate into the club? How is he around the place?
Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. You talk to anybody in that building, everybody that gets close to him, it's a really special character. We've been really impressed when we sign him, because sometimes when you see the player live in your environment, training and playing, we went, wow, we have an incredible player. But then that player had a big setback and a really difficult moment to go through, and he's been really special in the way he has handled the situation. Really special.
It's been suggested to me, I'm not giving anything away, that we might see him out on the grass at some point soon.
Well, I hope so. Doing what kind of activity, that's something very different. He's been for a few walks as well on the field, but that's still a bit far from competing, but he's in a good place.
Gordon Gate, the Anthony Gordon goal, that goal. Have you managed to send your observations yet to the FA?
Yes, we have, yeah. And we will try to give our points and the reasons why, and that's not a lot more that I can comment on.
But are you happy with the way the process has been handled?
Yeah, there is a process, and when you get asked to give your observation and explain yourself, you have to do it in the right way, and we have the mechanism and the processes in place to do that, and let's see what happens.
It'll be your 200th game in all competitions as Arsenal manager tomorrow. I think you've won more than any other manager in Arsenal history of those 200, including Arsene Wenger. So how does that make you?
Great, really proud to reach that number in a big club is always difficult, and that means that you do have to win a lot of games, and hopefully a lot of more positive things they will come.
Another 200.
Or 300 or whatever. The most important one in our job is tomorrow. That's the only thing that matters.
Go to Becky from the Premier League.
Miguel, going to Brentford, always a tough place to go, but you seem to have more success than perhaps other Premier League clubs and managers. What do you see that others don't when you go there?
Well, depending how you look at it, because 2 years ago we had a really tough start to the campaign. We learned from that. It's a really tough opponent, really difficult place to be. You look at the stats, and as you said, all the clubs going there, they make it extremely difficult. They are really effective, really well coached, and it will be a tough match tomorrow.
I know you're telling me you're not bothered about the top of the table, but will you have the Man City-Liverpool game maybe on in the morning, the team bus on the way over?
We watch the games, that's for sure, because we're interested in the league and be always on top of everything, but we have to focus on us.
And just a word on Thomas Frank, what he sort of managed to create at Brentford with the culture and the playing style. What are your thoughts on that?
With Thomas, with the coaching staff, with the club, for me, it's one of the most one of the best run clubs in the league, and I followed it for many years, and the things that they do, the structures that they had, the process that they had in place, the vision that they had, it's incredible what they've done with the resources that they have. So huge credit to them, not only to achieve and get to this level, but the way they maintain it as well, with so many changes and the environment that this league demands as well.
Thank you, Mikel.
Over to George from the BBC.
Mikel, hello. So just on the FA charge, are you going to contest it then? You're not
Sorry?
going to accept the FA charge, you're going to contest it?
No, we've been asked to give our observations, our opinion, and to run through everything that happened on the day, and that's what we're going to do. That's it.
I know hindsight's a wonderful thing, but if you could turn the clock back, would you say it all again, what you said on the same thing?
That's not possible. It's like in the game, I give the lineup, then we don't win, and I say, "Will you do the same one?" Yeah, easy, innit? I hope we could do that and stop it and rewind and say, well, give the ball to him instead of him. We cannot do that. Unfortunately, things go really fast. You have to do that, and that's it. You learn from everything, that's for sure.
And just a word, I'm sorry, Tomiyasu, since he's come into the team this season, he's done really well, but there's a story linking him with a move to Bayern Munich this week. And I just wondered, what's the position of the club? You want him to stay, and will he be staying, basically?
I really want him to stay. I value the player a lot. I really like him. I think it's loved and respected by everybody at the club. He's getting a lot of minutes now. He's getting his availability to the level that we need to for him to make an impact in the team, and he will continue to be with us.
Thank you. Ian from TalkSport.
Hi, Mikel.
Hi.
Hope you're well. Tomorrow's game yours is not the early game. Liverpool once again having to play early against Manchester City. How much of an advantage after an international break does that give you? Because we often hear from managers who play the early game, especially Jurgen Klopp, who will play a lot of them, about how maybe disadvantaged they are.
Yeah, obviously, if all the managers would like to play on Sunday, probably better than Saturday or Monday if possible, especially the ones that we have a lot of internationals. They've been flying around the world and they have played 2 games. But as well, we have certain commitments and we don't have much to say in terms of the fixture list, and we have to adapt to it.
In terms of Aaron Ramsdale, who will play tomorrow, a lot of people saying with England coming up in the summer, the Euros, maybe he would look to move in January or to get more game time. As a manager, how do you put your arm around someone who has gone from being number 1 to number 2 and convincing him that he needed and that he still will be within the plans of the national team by sticking with you?
My job is to try to help every single player in the best possible way every day, to make him better, to give him the best possible chance to fulfill their potential in their career and get to the highest level as they possibly can, with no exception in any position or any player.
Finally, an award this week for Edu as Best Sporting Director. I think it's fair to say you've got 200 games massively with his support behind you. Just explain for us what he's done for you, how grateful you are to him.
Really grateful for him, for the club, for the setup that we have and the enjoyment that we have working together. I think he fully deserves it. I think he's been instrumental in the way that we have changed and recruited in the last few years, and hopefully we can get awards in terms of titles now, which is the next step as well.
Brilliant. Good luck tomorrow.
Thank you.
Jordan from The Athletic.
Mikel, this week, former club Everton, given a 10 points deduction,
Yeah.
biggest sort of punishment we've seen in this scale in the Premier League. Just get your reaction to that news.
I feel very connected to the club. Very difficult moment. Obviously puts the club in a difficult position, but they've been in other many difficult positions. They always find a way to get out. And if there is a quality that I think describes that club, it's the courage, the determination, and the fight. And they would fight against anything. And I wish them the best.
We've not seen anything like this in terms of punishments for financial reasons before. Were you surprised by the scale of it, and do you think this could maybe be a a watershed moment in terms of the Premier League?
Yeah, I don't know. Obviously, the news took me by surprise, and it's a big one in the middle of the season. But I don't know the regulation. I don't know the whole story inside it, and difficult for me to comment.
Could I just ask you about, we saw Howard Webb as well during international break speak go through the Newcastle game and say that the process was correct, that they think it was the right call. We've seen you contesting now the charge for your comments after the game. Our manager's been put in an unfair situation where you're punished for putting your side across, but we've got officials now who can sort of say that their decisions on the pitch were correct.
No, but I think it's good that we are communicating. I think we want to improve the game. All of us, referees, managers, official owners, sporting directors, you guys, we all want a better game. That's it. And to have a better game as well, we have to have freedom of speech, respectfully, in a constructive way. But we have to promote that. If not, you don't get better. That's for sure. And it's good that they are talking in front of the media and explain the situation. I think it brings clarity.
Okay, Simon from the Standard.
Mikel, are you expecting to learn your fate of your punishment before the Brentford game, or do you think it might be something that you find out after?
I don't think so. I think it will be after.
And then just in terms of, you spoke passionately before that Seville game about your duty to speak out and be honest, but when you've been hit with the charge now, how much does that change how you're going to speak in the future when, if you speak, you could get punished?
I'm going to speak, I think you have to be yourself. And as a leader, you have to be authentic. You cannot be someone that you are not. And this is who I am, here, when I'm on the pitch, when I'm there. And I want to think that we have to talk to make things better. That's why we have meetings, and I talk in a really straightforward way 2 days before that meeting. Really straightforward about certain opinions that I had in the face. And I do the same there, and I do here, and I do there. And when I have to talk about myself and be critical about myself, I'm the first one to do it. And when I have to be very positive, I have to be. And that's what people expect, that at the end we have a role responsibility, and we have to stand for our actions and the way we are.
Okay, last couple in the live section. Firstly, Stephen from Club, from Arsenal.
Morning, Mikel.
Hi.
With your 200th game tomorrow, if you could pick one as your favourite, what would it be?
The first one, because it's a special moment to have the possibility to become the Arsenal manager. For me, it was a dream come true, and looking back to that first game, it's something really special.
And how proud are you to reach that achievement of 200 games?
I'm very proud. I'm very grateful. Obviously, so many people around that have contributed in a massive way to be here almost for 4 years. And big thank you to all of them, because they've been instrumental to leave me in the difficult moments, to inspire me, to make me better, to give me support, and as well to give me so much joy every single day to be working with them. Hi.
Over the break, there were some comments from Jorginho's representative talking about his contract potentially being extended. Obviously, you've got that 12-month option to trigger. Is that something you'd like to do going forward?
Well, I'm really happy. I don't discuss these things here, but I'm really happy with Jorge. I think we all are. I think he contributes to make the team better. And let's see.
Do you have any idea when you might make a decision on that?
That's a question for Edu, for somebody else.
Okay, that finishes the live section. We'll go to 10:30 tonight.